Some might say that I'm a loner, but I just call it being free. I am my heart's only owner, or at least I used to be. 'Cause now...
Hey everyone, I'm Calvin with Southern Country Living.
And I'm Marie.
And we hope everyone's having a great day today. For us here in Georgia, the sun's shining real pretty outside, but it's 35 degrees. The cold weather came back, didn't it, Marie?
Yeah, it's cold to us, isn't it?
For us it is. We've had rain last week, and it looks like we're going to have more rain this coming week, but at least we didn't have any snow, so we're happy about that, aren't we?
Sorta. I like to see a little dusting though.
Oh, yeah, I do too. In fact, when I went outside last night, I thought I seen just a couple of snow flurries, but not enough to even say it was snowing. But still, it's just that thought, isn't it?
Yeah, I do like to see the snow flurries.
Yeah. We, this last week, we've been very busy all week long. I did have to go on Wednesday to have a test done. It's called a CT scan. And then I had to go back on Thursday to the doctor to get my test results. And then besides that, we've had several things that we've been doing. We've been doing a little shopping. We're not going to talk about our shopping. We're looking for something in specific. And we went to probably 3 different stores, maybe 4.
Yeah.
And but once we find it, we may show you what we ended up purchasing. Let's talk about our videos real quick before we talk about our scan results.
Okay.
Is that okay? Last week, our first video we did the Sunday chat, and that was about Valentine's Day, and also the Super Bowl was last Sunday. And so we did watch the Super Bowl last Sunday night, and our team that we were pulling for didn't win, but it was a good game. We enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
Now, personally, I wasn't too happy with the halftime show, but you know, that's just not our style of music or entertainment. And I know there's a lot of controversy about it, but I did watch it just to see what it was. But I enjoyed the game. Okay, the second video that we did last week was the slow cooker queso chicken tacos.
And those were delicious.
And Maria, I think those was the best tacos I've ever had.
Yeah, they were really good.
They were just delicious. And
if you have a really big family and you want to feed them a meal, that's the meal to feed them, isn't it?
Yes, it was. And we had leftovers because we can't eat all that at one meal. And so I made what's called like a chicken taco salad with just the lettuce and the taco meat and some toppings, and without the taco shells.
Yeah.
I prefer the hard, crunchy shells, but Marie likes some soft taco shells.
I like the hard ones too, but like you said, I do prefer the softer ones better.
But they were delicious, and I don't think I've ever had any that tasted that good before.
I know it, they were good. That recipe is really a great one.
And then the next video that we did this last week, it actually came out Thursday night, and it was called Ditalani Pasta Soup with White Beans.
Yeah.
And that was also a good soup. I enjoyed that very much.
You could make it vegetarian if you put vegetable broth in it. So,
We hardly ever buy vegetable broth, do we?
no, we're not vegetarians, but
But we have plenty of chicken broth.
one of our granddaughters is.
Yeah. So on that soup,
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
I was thinking that, you know, sometimes when we have get-togethers, we can make that for the vegetarians.
that soup, Marie served it with Mexican cornbread muffins.
Yeah, I did. I just, when I make muffins, I just usually go ahead and make Mexican cornbread muffins because I like my jalapenos. I never pronounce that right. But anyway, say it for me.
Jalapenos.
Okay. I always call them jalapenos, but it's jalapenos. But I like that in my cornbread.
Yeah, that soup was good, and I love Mexican cornbread.
Yeah.
And now on the leftovers for that, the pasta soaked up all the soup juice.
Right.
So that's a real simple fix. You just add a little more chicken broth to it.
And
heat it up.
maybe a half a cup less Danellini noodles.
Oh, when you make it, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Well,
Yeah.
it had a lot of noodles in it, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
And we've actually still got a little bit left over. I may have some for lunch today.
Yeah.
Marie and I didn't get up early this morning and go get our biscuit like we normally do. And so we hadn't even left the house yet today, have we?
No.
But,
I made some biscuits last week that were really good.
yeah. But,
And I should have gotten up early this morning and made them again.
well, I ended up staying up late last night, so I had a hard time getting up this morning. And you might can look at me and tell that I'm still tired and sleepy right now. We're usually in here a lot earlier doing this Sunday chat, so I'm getting a little late start today, but we're going to get it done, aren't we, Marie?
Yeah, when I make my biscuits, I like to put buttermilk in them. I think that's the best recipe, and that really makes your biscuits taste great.
I'm wondering, have you ever done a video where you made buttermilk biscuits?
No, I don't roll my biscuits out like everybody else. I usually just put my flour in a bow, and I mix mine up with a fork, and I hardly ever, till the dough gets just about right, and then I roll them out in my hands and put them in my skillet.
Okay.
So some people, they roll them out, but I'm not one for doing it.
Well, the way you make it, they turn out great. I think.
Yeah.
Do you call them drop biscuits or something like that?
Actually, I call them fork biscuits
Fork
because I
biscuits.
just use a fork.
But they turn out great.
Right.
The way she does it. Okay, Marie. Other than that, that's pretty much what we've done this last week. I know this is sort of short, but I think what everybody's wanting to know is what was the results on my CT scan.
Yeah.
And I did make a community post, and I've already told what the results were. But everybody don't get to read the community post, or they don't see it. And so we're going to go ahead and share it with you right now. When we went to the doctor's visit that day, we ended up sitting in the waiting room in his office for about 45 minutes. I thought we never was going to get in there to see him.
I know, and my nerves was really bad because, you're just anxious, you have faith and everything, but, you still have that anxious feeling, of the unknown. And
Yeah, you just don't know, do you?
No.
And so our doctor, he's a little bit of a character, but I like his personality, the way he handles things. But he came in, and he come in, just started talking to us, how you doing and stuff like that. And he asked all the standard questions. He asked how I was eating, if I gained weight, just all these questions. Then he got me up on the table and listened to my heartbeat and listened to my stomach and looked at my stomach, checking it out. And he was kidding a little bit. He said, Calvin, you're going to have to be careful when you go to sleep at nighttime. Said, somebody's been cutting on you all over. And I guess he's trying to get us in a good mood. But
I had one thing on my mind. What's the results?
yeah, and he still hadn't said nothing about it. Didn't even mention the test at all, did he, Marie?
No.
Okay, so then he went over and sat down in a chair, and I'm thinking, why is he going over and sitting down in a chair?
I know. I was really getting,
And
butterflies in my stomach then.
Yeah, so he looked at me straight in the face, and he said, Calvin said, we got your test results back. And he said, they're absolutely fantastic. Said, I couldn't ask for anything better. And he just blurted out real quick, and when he did, he gave a big old smile, because you could tell he was happy about it too.
Yeah.
And so we talked just a minute about it. But I told him, I said, well, good. I said, I've been wanting to do some things. He said, Calvin said, just looking at you right now, said, the way you look, your skin color, and your body, he said, you look like you feel as good as you felt when you first came in here the first time I met you. And he said, you're in condition where you can do anything you feel like doing. And
Except plowing.
well, so I told him, I said, well, look, Marie, I said, now you heard what he said. I can do anything I want to do. And I said, I'm wanting to get out there and cut my grass, and then I want to till me up a place for my garden. And he looked at me, he said, well, now, I don't mind you cutting grass, but he said, I don't know about that tilling yet. He said, you might ought to hold off on that.
And that's what I told you to begin with.
So it looks like I'm going to be holding off on tilling. But I will either get my son Lamar to do it, or I have a friend that has a tractor, and I may get him to come over to the house and bring his tractor, and he can go out there in 10 or 15, 20 minutes and just go over the whole area. And he can actually cut it deeper than I can with the tiller.
Yeah.
And so since we didn't have a garden last year, that might be the best bet. Let him cut it real deep and
Yeah.
turn it over real good for us. So we might do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're just so excited about the test results.
Yeah. And we thank everyone for your prayers, because that's what's got us through, and the results is amazing. So thank you all.
And one other thing that he said that I wouldn't have to come back to see him for 6 more months.
Yeah.
And he said that I would get another CT scan right before I come back to see him again.
Yeah.
And he did confirm with me that I am taking the immunotherapy treatments. And I told him, I said, yeah, I'm taking those. And I said, but I feel like they make me sleepy all the time. He said, they will make you tired and sleepy. He said, that's part of it.
Yeah.
And I talked to him also about my rib cage, how it feels numb and sometimes hurts. And he said, hopefully that's going to get better with time. But he said it may take a long time before it gets, better.
Yeah.
As we were leaving the office after making our next appointment, we go out the door, and there's a hallway that's about 100 feet that we have to walk down. And so we got out in the hallway, there's nobody there but just me and Marie, and we looked at each other. And I'm going to be honest with you, we both got emotional
Yeah.
because we were so happy to get those
Yeah.
good results. And like Marie said, those good results are the results of thousands of people praying for me, and just the prayers have been felt and they have been answered. And Lord, I just thank God for good results.
Yes.
My phone even beeped to acknowledge that. But praise the Lord. Thank you, everyone that's been praying. Churches, Marie's brother, he's a pastor of a church up in North Carolina, and all of his members, and just my daughter's church, my granddaughter's church, everybody's churches have been praying for us. The members of our church has been praying for us. And we just appreciate all the prayers. And of course, Marie and I have been praying too. And I just look at it as prayers have been answered. God gave the doctors the knowledge and the skill to go in and do the surgery to get me better. I talked to Marie about this. I honestly feel like that if I hadn't caught it in time like we did, that I probably would have not have made it this far.
Yeah.
And I know I've never said this. If I have, I don't recall it. But back about 25 years ago, 23 to 25 years ago,
Yeah.
I have an uncle, and he had the exact same cancer that I had. And when they caught his, it was a little bit late, and he lived about 9 months after they found his cancer. And he took radiation and chemo treatments, but his had progressed too far for the surgery. And like I said, he only lived about 9 months. So I just thank God that our doctor, she told me, she said, Calvin, said, when you told me what your symptoms was, said, I know then, or she said, I felt then that it was cancer. And she said, I didn't want to say it, but she said, I wanted to get you over there and have the test done because I just felt like that's what it was. And I told her, I said, well, I sure appreciate you doing that, because they got on it real quick, and All I can
Yeah.
do is thank God and thank everyone for their help.
Yeah.
Okay, our video wasn't intended to be so emotional this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. But we do have some videos planned for this coming week. I am going to be watching the Daytona 500 tomorrow. I used to love to watch NASCAR racing, but I hadn't watched it in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. I'll be honest, I don't think I've watched it much since Marie had her surgery years ago. But I'm looking forward to watching the Daytona 500. Actually, it'll be today when you watch this video. But everyone, y'all have a great weekend. We appreciate each and every one of you. We definitely appreciate your prayers, and we consider you to be family. And you are our family. You're our YouTube family. And we really appreciate each and every one of you. So y'all have a great day, and we'll see you on our next video.
And like Kevin said, we'll see you on our next video. And so, yeah, do what you love and love what you do. And bye, and have a great weekend.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here